the, the world is full of many different people who have many different reactions to many different things,
Mm.
right? Um, uh, it's it's a quest. What was I doing recently? I was creating videos to market my work online, and I was trying to do it very. How do you take a big message and like make it? How do you impact in like
Mm-hmm.
30 seconds? It's really uh, I think difficult to do that because you can only get one. You can only get one message across very quickly, one sentence. What is it that you say? And the point I wanted to get across with my marketing was the nature of the question. Everyone knows life is a journey.
Mm-hmm.
Another word for journey is quest, and quest is the root of questions. And the questions are really important. It's really important that we ask, what is the right thing to do? It's really important that we explore. Like you were interested in parenting. What is the right way to communicate with my children? What should I look for? How can I avoid certain problems? And that being on a quest, being on a journey. It's very powerful because it's a complete learning experience when we do that. And all of those things are the right things to do. And a lot of society and people will tell us not to worry about that, but we need to worry about that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We need to be thinking about the future. We need to be future minded. We need to be future minded, thinking about what's coming
Mm-hmm.
and preparing for it in as best a way as we can. The success of our partners forces
Mm-hmm.
us to reevaluate our own experiences. And what we we should be happy for the success of our partners, but very often it reflects back on our own inadequacies. We often feel inadequate if our partner has
Mm-hmm.
been more successful than we have. That's as part of a historical programming that has been given to us from culture or family in the past. It it's basically, when an animal is hurt, it will
Mm-hmm. Yes,
and
yes,
fight.
yes.
And obviously, it's not something visible on the surface, but it's
Mm-hmm.
something deep down inside that he's experience he is experiencing some kind of pain that he is not able personally to cope with or deal with. It's probably masked a lot by society, culture, family, and work, but it's probably still there. And only those who are closest to him have the ability to realize this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it. I have this feeling also that he might be a little bit lost in terms of direction, that he might not understand what the meaning to his life or to his existence might be. Let me give an example from my perspective. So, um, one of my meanings for my life is to be here for my kids and to give them everything that I think they need on a physical, mental, psychological, and spiritual level. Um, and that means putting the kids as a high priority in my life. It means finding time every day for them, to listen to them, to be with them, to plan special activities with them, to do what it is that they want to do, not what it is that I want them to do. Even though
Mm-hmm.
that's that's it's unavoidable that they will try to please me by doing things that I want them to do. But I also want them to do what they want to do as well. Because if you don't allow them to do that, then they don't learn to make choices for themselves later on. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's a point of view which was very common and popular 30, 40 years ago. Yeah, it wasn't unnatural
Mm-hmm.
um, that parents should dictate everything that their children do. I think that society has evolved, hopefully, a little bit maybe, and that we are able to include the feelings, the emotions, sometimes the rights of children within what it is that we do within society, realizing that children have as much rights to things as adults do, and that you know, in a sense, we're sort of almost two different species, being children and adults, and we have to coexist together. And so we should try to
Mm.
provide as much of a uh, protective but exploratory environment for children. Um, yeah, a positive example of that would be that in the past, the playgrounds for children had concrete at the bottom. Yeah, which was kind of dangerous, and the kids would
Yes,
fall off the
yes,
bars or
yes, of
land on
course.
the concrete and get hurt. And now we've got this sort of wood chips,
Yes.
and it's kind of a bit
Mm-hmm.
softer
Mm-hmm. It's
material, so
soft.
that
Mm-hmm.
so they don't get hurt so much. So we're trying to adapt to a lot of their needs. We're realizing that a lot of problems that children have are not because
Mm.
they're children, it's because of the environment that surrounds them. And so we can help with that. It's not just about the nature of things. It's also about the nurture of things. It's 50-50. Yeah,
Mm.
part of a person is their own internal personality, and part of a person is a little bit of everything that's happening around about them as well at the same time. So it is necessary as parents that we understand this. A father who shuts down or closes off is teaching his children to shut down and close off.
Mm.
Um, and it's a difficult pattern to break. You mentioned the word victim.